Hello Spurs fans, this is LJ with the latest in the Spurs chat. Reaction to Spurs 3, Brentford 1. Well. Where do we start? What a game, 100 miles an hour. Pressing was mental. Quick tempo, one touch football at times. Faded a bit after the hour, but that's expected, I suppose. And I think now I get why Ange wants sort of like for like subs, so he can replace. He's only got a plan A, which a lot of us moan about, but when it works like it did against Brentford, you can sort of see, like when Bentancur went off, like replacement, Basuma come on, no difference. Maintain the tempo, maintain the energy, and yeah, he's not sort of a manager, or so far, he's not the sort of manager to make impact changes as if like to change what's going on because it's not working. He wants it to work. He's determined it's going to work because it has worked for him in the past. He's not going to budge from it. So his subs are going to be, here's my plan A, I'll take him off, like for like, take him off, like for like. I think that's the way what he's doing. But did he tweak it on Saturday? After moaning, people like me moaning that he wouldn't ever tweak it. Because it did seem to me that our fullbacks, Porro and Udogie, Udogie was outstanding, wasn't he? It did seem to me like that they weren't as narrow, they weren't as inverted, they was a lot wider. And that seemed to free up the space for Maddison, Kuvalevski and Bentancur to have a bit more space in the middle. It wasn't as congested in the middle like many of us have been saying. It must have been a tweak from Ange, surely it must have been a tweak. I'm hoping that maybe against teams like maybe Old Trafford on Saturday or Sunday coming, I'm hoping that he sticks with that, but he might be a bit more wary and think, well, maybe one of you should just be inverted at one time. Otherwise it might be too open against Manchester United and teams like that. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, I think everyone played brilliant. Fitness levels were incredible. I know Brentford had a bit of a, was it a 15-20 minute spell after the hour, and that could have been down to a little drop in tempo, but when Basuma came on, it seemed to go back up again, and what a challenge that was. It was actually Basuma's challenge, was it just outside the box, and Romero picked it up, pinged it through to Son, lovely layoff to Madders. What a great dink finish. I'm glad that happened. That was a great goal, that was. The Brentford goal, to be honest with you, I was trying to get a stream, but I couldn't get one. And then it flashed up that we're behind. My immediate reaction was, oh no, here we go again. But since seeing it, sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and go, worldy. Because I know you get all these people like on Sky, Jamie Carran and then Gary Neville going, oh, he should have done that, he shouldn't have allowed that. Sometimes there's too much, they've got split seconds to think, these players, and sometimes it's easy looking at a screen after, slowing it down, he should be here, he should be there, but it happens so quick. Cross went in, what a volley. Sometimes you've just got to say, what a volley, fair play, take me out of you, son. So I looked at that and I basically ignored it. And from then, because I think I got the stream literally like a minute after that, and I was glad to see that the Spurs players ignored it. They weren't even bothered. They just come out, because obviously you can't plan for that sort of thing, can you, after 20 odd seconds? They didn't give a shit, did they? Carried on. Brilliant. The pressing reminded me, because I've never seen them press like that, like in 3s and 4s and 5s. It reminded me of Liverpool in their golden years under Klopp, whenever they lost the ball, they wanted to get it back straight away, which Spurs were doing, and when a Brentford player had the ball, it looked like 3-4 players around it, excuse me. Hay fever. But yeah, and when it works like that, when it clicks like that, it is a joy to watch. There weren't many clear-cut chances, I would say, for Brentford, except for I think there was one break when he hit it across the keeper, Cario saved, easy save. The point blank header from, I can't remember who it was now, but about 6 yards out, another worldy save from Vicario. He really is a Jekyll and Hyde character, isn't he? I don't know what he was doing with the ball at his feet, just get rid of it. And the handball thing, we got away with that really, didn't we? But maybe he needs proper, stiff, healthy competition. Because I'm not going to slag him off, because his shot stopping's excellent. He saves us many, many times. But I think if he had it in his brain, I can't make any mistakes because I've got a very, very good goalkeeper ready to come in. I don't think he'd take them chances because he might think I'm going to lose my place. So hopefully Ange has a word of him and says, look, cut out that, mate, cut it out. It reminds me a little bit, and I've seen some comments about, is he another Gomez? That's a little bit unfair, I suppose, because he was a bit of a clown Gomez, come out of the odd worldly save. But I think Vicario already over this, 13, 14 months has shown what a great keeper he is. Admittedly, he needs some help, some coaching on command in his box. And I don't think it'd do any harm to have a few, if any, a few extra gym sessions, get himself beefed up a little bit, so he can just come charging through and knock people out of the way. But I think he's a great goalkeeper. For the money that we paid for him, you can't argue. I know we're always looking at people's faults, but no one's going to be 100% brilliant all the time, or everything brilliant, are they? So that can be worked on, that can be coached on. I thought all the back four were brilliant. Porro, Van der Ven, Romero, steady Eddies again. But I was happy for you, Dogi. I thought it was the best game that he's played for a while. The midfield, Bentancur. Against Coventry, I came out after my last video and said he's not a number 6. Well, what do I know? Because the next game at home to Brentford, he was absolutely magnificent, outstanding. Probably the best performance he's put in, at least in a Premier League game, since his injury. And a lot of people are forgetting that injury. I mean, many players don't come back from that injury, but he was absolutely everywhere the other day. Cutting out passes, intercepting passes, playing it simple but playing it quick. Absolutely brilliant. I just think the only reason he went off because he was absolutely knackered. He gave everything. Basuma, as I said, done brilliant when he come on. Maddison, and due to that not inverting as much, had a bit more space, allowed him a little bit more time to pick his passes, pick his runs. I think it was a man of the match display for Madders, and it's no secret that when Madders has a good game, Tottenham have a good game. He's like the playmaker, isn't he? The one that can unlock the lock, so to speak. Kuvalevski, again, brilliant. Johnson, was a good 7 out of 10. Finish was absolutely superb. So happy. I like that bit when he went like that. He's got to learn though. I think the players got to say to him, look, especially after the reaction to his goal against Coventry, and again really the other day against Brentford. It's not the fans so much inside the stadium that are giving him a hard time. It's these keyboard warriors. Because we all moan about, oh, he could have done this, he could have done better. But someone's got to tell him, like Sonny or someone like that, put his arm around him or around you and say, look, these keyboard warriors, they probably aren't even Spurs fans, or not proper Spurs fans in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? They're just, stick with it. The fans inside the ground were singing his name. It's brilliant. Proper Spurs fans will stick with their players unless they're absolute pony, like Werner was the other day. If anyone deserves stick, it's him. Even I don't want to give players stick, but sometimes if you're that poor, and Johnson hasn't been poor, he's only young. He didn't choose the price tag. And when he has a go at players, he can deliver. He had loads of assists and goals last season. I see a few moaning that even after his goal, when he pinged it across the box, people saying he should have shot, it was a crap cross. It was a great ball. I think it was Slanky running into the far post. He should have anticipated that. Whether it was going to be a shot or not, you've got to anticipate, you've got to gamble. And if he'd have tapped that in, everyone would have gone, oh, Johnson, that was brilliant. So yeah, it was good to see Johnson. But he's obviously a confidence player. But he's got to have a bit more confidence, knock it past the fullback and have a go. He's got the speed. He just doesn't seem to fully believe in himself yet. Hopefully that'll come and he'll have a blinder against Man United. Who else is there? Solanke. His hold-up play is immense. And we haven't had a player like that. I mean, Kane was quite good at holding it up, but Solanke seems, dare I say, better than Kane at holding it up. Showed his speed over like 10, 15 yards, strength, bringing others into play. I think he could be all right. And I think that tapping, everyone's going, that's only a tapping. Listen, it don't matter if it goes in off your head, your elbow, your arse. Just to get that first goal, just to get your confidence going, especially that'll put a monkey off his back sort of thing. But I thought it was impressive. And yeah, it was a tap-in, but I think a lot of his goals are going to be tap-ins. You know, if we can get the service to him, because a lot of the balls obviously are either just slid through, like slide rule passes on the edge of the box, or they'll be whipped in from the wide areas, and he'll just be there to head it in. Knock it in. Yeah, I think he'll get a few headers. I think he's good. Would I play him against Carrier-Bag? I think I'd play him for an hour, because we don't want to burn him out, because old Richarlison, made of glass face, as I call him, I think give Solanke now, and hopefully we're doing okay, and then can take him off, because we don't want to burn him out, do we? Because we haven't got anyone else really. But yeah, I was very happy, very pleased. And Ange, as I said, did look to have tweaked it, so I apologise, Big Ange, for saying that you don't tweak it. Admittedly, you don't tweak it a lot, but hopefully, see, those little tweaks, it makes such a difference. I understand he's got his plan A and wants to stick to his plan A, but those little tweaks could help actually his plan A work, couldn't it? So, on to Carrier-Bag, and then Manchester United at Old Trafford. A notorious ground where we haven't got a good record at all, except for, I think we beat them 6-1, didn't we, at Old Trafford? But I think that was during COVID, where there's no fans, so that seems to have been forgotten by all the pundits on Match of the Day and Sky. They seem to decide that didn't matter because it was under COVID. But I'm hoping that Man United will have to attack. Their fans will demand that they attack, and that will leave space for us, because they won't sit in a low block. So I'm hoping that they do come forward and they do try and play the football, and I'm hoping that this could be the game where it does click when a team are sort of coming at you, because there's going to be so much space to hit them on the counter. Possession wise, it's funny, isn't it? Because we didn't have any. I think Brentford actually had more possession than us the other day, which is crazy after having all of the possession in the first 4 games, where we didn't get the points what I thought, and many thought that we deserved. But I can imagine Man United having quite a bit of possession at home. But if we can win that back in the final third, or even win it back on the end of our own box, there'll be spaces to exploit. And who's going to play on the left? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But this could be. I'm really hoping that this is the game where Johnson wins it. You know, it hits him on a break and gets down. He can do that. I really wish him the best of luck on the Sunday. Because I don't like, as I said, I don't like seeing people abused or threatened, and they've got to take the social media down. There's so many evil people, as I say, on social media. There's no need for that. And it doesn't matter how much money that you earn. If you're still a young lad, you're going to read that, and it's going to get you. It is going to get you. Maybe they shouldn't look at social media. That's what some of the people say, especially the older generation. But it is, whether you like it or not, a part of life now, isn't it? I mean, I've always got my phone attached to me. I'm 50 years old. So if you're 15 to 25, or even 30, it's just part of life, I suppose. They've grown up with it. It's like another limb, and if you lose your phone, you're all over the place. But yeah, a great performance by Spurs. I'm going to keep this quite short today. Yeah, good performance from Spurs. They looked defensively a little bit better. The midfield was all right. I think it actually did click. Not 100% click. I'd say a good 90% click. You know, we're always going to be a bit open at the back. But as I said in ignoring the commentary game, this was like a different team. The 5 Premier League games that we've played so far, I think the performances have been fine. Just obviously with no end product. So hopefully, those 3 goals that they scored against Brentford, and there could have been more, I'm hoping that gives them the belief. Apparently Ange said after the game, that's what we do. There you go. Because obviously I do worry that the more the results went on, that some of the players might stop believing in the Ange ball. But if they see it working, or even in the last 4 games, I'm hoping that the players know. They must have watched it back, and they can, it's working. We've shown improvements. Proper Spurs fans can see, even in the first 4 games, there were improvements. It's just the end product. But Brentford, we got the end product, and that is what Ange is looking for, isn't it? So I'm going to try not to say that the Man United game is a massive game, because I seem to have said that in all these videos, but Manchester United, big side, maybe not as good as what they used to be. It's never easy going to Old Trafford. If we win there, I mean, I'd be happy with a draw, but if we could win there, that would seriously kickstart our season. And I think that would give all the players a massive injection of confidence. And we can slowly climb that table. But yeah, performance-wise so far, I think we're doing right. And fair play to all the lads. We're all quick to criticise, aren't we? When things aren't going well or whatever. So let's give them a bit of praise this time and move on to the next one. Hope you're all well. Come on, you Spurs.